Good evening and welcome to a very special program. It's season 2 of the NDTV Diageo Road to Safety campaign, a campaign which we really believe in from the bottom of our heart. It's a campaign where our goal is quite simple really. It is to save lives, and it is to spread a key message, the message of awareness of the need for road safety in this country. We have a wonderful panel this evening. We've got the Minister with us today. Thank you very much for being with us. Mr. Nitin Gadkari, somebody who has really championed this cause, and we hope with new legislation in this country, things will really change as well. Our partner for the last 2 years now, Abanti Shankar Narayanan with us as well. She is the business head of corporate relations and luxury at United Spirits. Thanks very much. And Saji Cherian, the director of operations of the Save Life Foundation, a group which has done extraordinary work when it comes to first responder awareness among so many areas in terms of improving our awareness of this crisis. So what is this crisis that we are talking about? Let me give you a sample of what it is that we are looking at. Just in 2014 alone, there were more than 1.42 lakh people who lost their lives in road accidents in our country. There have been war casualties in India. Let me give you another example. Since 1948, when we fought our first war as an independent nation, till now, 10,253. But the total number of road accident deaths in our country is 14 times that. And what is the cost of all of this? Some estimates are that it is 3% of our GDP every year. So these statistics are frightening. I don't think anyone is in denial of these statistics. The fact is, what can we do now? Mr. Gadkari, if I can come to you first. The Road Transport and Safety Bill, it's been your brainchild. It's not yet been passed. It's gone through draft 1, draft 2. It's now on to draft 5. When do you believe it will become reality?
It's a very important bill, and the most important thing is that this bill is prepared by the cooperation of World Bank. At the same time, we have taken help from the expert from UK, from USA, from Japan, Germany, Singapore, and on that basis, we prepare this bill. This bill is very important, and I am confident that by this bill, by using this all e-governance, there will be corruption-free system, and as per the driving license and lot of things, we have already in this bill, the many important things are there. But one of the, it's not a problem, but it is in a concurrent list. So we need to take the approval from the state government. And majority of state government, they are also ready to support it. But in the parliament, we need the cooperation from all political party. And the interest of, we want to save the life of the people. We want to reduce the number of accidents. I am confident that all political leaders from different parties, they will support this bill. And next parliament session, we will succeed to pass this bill.
Now, one of the areas where I'm sure you would be feeling some sort of pressure, I'm sure you'll deny it, is auto manufacturers, airbags, ABS, structural engineering. It costs them money to incorporate changes. They don't want to do that.
Very free, frank and fair. As far as the pressure from the industry, if it is for an appropriate decision, we have no problem.
Sure.
But regarding airbag, now today it is a decision taken by me. In the truck driver, his cabin, that we are make it mandatory that it should be air conditioned. Because when he actually for 12 hours, 15 hours he is working there, it will not be appropriate. If the air conditioned cabin is there, then his energy can be increased. So my experience is that we are taking decision. We are not going to bother about anybody.
That's a revolutionary step. Any other steps like this? What about airbags in trucks?
We have taken it. It is mandatory.
So one point that you raised before I go across to Abanti, in this country, if you were richer, you had safer cars. You had airbags, ABS, this, that and the other. The smallest cars are often the most unsafe. Will you be able to change that from the smallest, by smallest I mean most inexpensive, to the most expensive?
It may be expensive, may not be expensive. This is not the issue for me. Already I am already signed on the file that it is an economic car or deluxe car or luxury car. Airbags is mandatory, and we are already taking a lot of preventive measures how we can save the life of the people. The life of the people, either it is a rich man or a poor man, it is the life of the people. And it is the duty of the government to protect the life of the people by and large.
This is a key point, sir.
So
and thank you so much for
I am very
making
clear
that.
about it.
From the cheapest to the most expensive, airbags will be mandated in the law.
Your economically model also, it may be a small model, a cheap model. Now it is mandatory that they have to use airbags.
Saji, is that something that satisfies you as a response from the minister?
Unfortunately, till now, nobody was in the leadership was talking the way Gadkari ji has been talking. So, especially after the unfortunate incident of Gopinath Munde ji
Yes.
passing away. And from that perspective, there is definitely intent from the government to create a framework. But obviously, when it comes through is when the system is put in place is the achievement, we can say.
Abanti, I just wanted to go across to you. You know, a lot of people have been tweeting, and even before we started with this program, asking, why is Diageo associated with this program? Why is a spirit manufacturer associated with this program? We are absolutely clear that you have a key role to play in telling people one message: don't drink and drive. What is your contribution as a company to this campaign?
Our view is, if not us, who will? Because our view is that, we have to start by, constructively addressing the issues that our products sometimes cause in society. And drinking and driving is an alcohol and spirits related harm. And exactly like the Prime Minister and the Honorable Minister have said, it's all about PPP. If we want to drive change, we can only do that through public, private and people partnership.
Sir, just on the point that drinking and driving is a problem around the world, it's also a problem in India at certain levels. What is your message to young people, old people, parents? What is your message to them on this issue?
Life safety is the most important thing. 150,000 people deaths are there. Even this is in any type of war or anything, as comparing with this number, I feel it is really very unfortunate. And so this is the time we have to take all preventive measures. We have to educate the people. We have to educate the students. We have to educate the society. And she is absolutely correct. I appreciate her role that they are doing for the welfare of the society by thinking how we can save the life of the people.
Saji and his group work very closely with training first responders. Before I get the minister to respond, can you tell us the importance of the first hour in saving the life of somebody who's been hit by a car or a bus?
It is a three-step process. The first is the bystander care, somebody who is right around there itself, who can make a call to the ambulance or can help stabilize the victim. That's the first step, which is the bystander care. The second step is the ambulatory care, what happens to the victim when he's in the ambulance on the way to the hospital. And the third aspect, which is the final aspect, is in-hospital care. The first bystander care step is very crucial because he or she is the one who initiates the chain of survival when he or she makes a call. In developing countries or in the developed nations, there's a law which is called the Good Samaritan law. Encourages and protects the Good Samaritan to come forward and help the victim, and there won't be any penal action. Unfortunately, in India, it doesn't exist. We did a survey way back in 2012-13 to find out why people don't help, Indians don't help road accident victims. We found out that 3 out of 4 said we don't want to help because of police harassment, detention at the hospital, and the long court procedures.
So let me just get the minister to reply to that. So if somebody stops somebody, they are worried कि मुझे क्या होगा, मैं फंस जाऊँगा इसमें.
We are making now 1200 roadside amenities. And one of the good suggestions which I received, that we can give 10 to 15,000 square feet of land there free of charge for trauma center. The land will be free of charge with 1 rupee lease. And the second thing, every roadside amenities we are trying to make one helipad there.
Oh.
By which if any accident is there, seriously, you can take it, that patient, and you can admit him into the hospital.
Just in summary of a couple of points you've mentioned, you believe the bill might have some mention of air conditioning in trucks that increases awareness. It'll have mention of airbags across vehicles of different. Now, anything else which is really, in a sense, revolutionary in our context?
These are all foreign brands who are here. They are exporting car from India. Unfortunately, they are manufacturing engines of Euro 6. But in Indian scenario, they are asking me for time. So I say this is not appreciate. I cannot appreciate this. Because when for the export order, you are making the car of Euro standard. For safety measures, you are making the car of international standards. And for Indian standards, you want to dilute it. And you are always asking me to give us the time for that. It is not appropriate for me. So now we have taken a decision regarding environment, regarding road safety, regarding taking the lot of new technology we want to launch in this automobile sector as far as the life safety is concerned. We are very much committed and we are taking the decisions.
Their concern in the past was that the cost of cars will go up. So be it.
Cost of the is most important. Suppose you are saving 2,000 or 5,000 rupees, it may be higher cost, maybe it makes no difference. But life is important. We have to save the life of the people. Now, I never understand the philosophy. The poor people taking economic car, they don't need airbags because it is an economic car. And for the luxury car, their airbags are there. It's not appropriate.
I just had one question for both of you. What do you believe can be the role of citizens? And in your case, industry. How can you take this forward beyond just this television program and raising on the ground, substantively, what can you and your company do?
So I think change has to begin from the ground. And what companies like us can do is really grab the opportunity that this leadership in the country is providing. You said earlier about, revolutionary, what is revolutionary? You asked the Honorable Minister. And I would say as an industry, what we are noticing is the shift in the whole road safety discourse, discussion is a revolution in this country. Because 2 years ago, road safety was not a topic anywhere, not in media, not in public discourse. And as industry, our commitment, and as a company, my commitment or our commitment would be that we will be shoulder to shoulder with the leadership that Gadkari ji and the rest of the leadership in Delhi is providing to really support more and more what we are already doing on the ground.